There were other schools. There was the national school, wasn't
Oh
there?
yes, there was
And
a,
Miss Richards had a school.
that was later, yes, after Mrs. Froome gave up, I think.
Mhm.
I don't think she had a school until after the First World War. Oh, definitely not till after the
Between the wars, was it?
Yes, between the wars. But it was carrying on for a little while after the Second World War, but not for long.
Mm.
But I believe she taught very well. She
I
had
expect she did.
school up the town, you know, again on the west side of the High Street,
Mm.
where Berkeley's Bank, somewhere near there.
Ah, yes.
I think it was the next house to Berkeley's Bank, where her parents lived. And, you know, she turned part of the house into a school.
Oh, yes.
I think she only had one schoolroom, and she didn't have more than about 8 or 9 pupils. And now I tell you who went to it, but poor man, he died some 2 years ago. Oh, not Nichols. Yes, and Mr. Nichols, I think.
Did he?
No, Nichols is the one that you were talking about.
Yes.
No, name's
never
gone.
mind, never mind. Yes. I know the Nichols through girl guiding.
Oh, true,
They
yes.
ran the guides for
Yeah.
years.
Well, the widow of this man, a very nice man, lives in that very nice bungalow opposite the church gate on the south side looking towards the railway. I dare say she'd remember quite a lot about it.
Yes.
Yes, because it was her stepmother who started the school, Molly Richards. And then she married a widow called Tom Gore, who was left a widower with 4 girls.
Oh, goodness. That needed some looking after them, didn't it? Tell me about the vicars here and the church.
Oh yes, the vicars there. Someone remarked, I think it was a man after I talked too much about vicars. But then of course my father being so connected through his father and his uncles with the church, we always were very friendly with the vicars. And when I was a child I was trying to tell Mrs. Yesterday. She came to see me with that book, Mrs.
McCubbin.
The first vicar, I think, was Seacombe. I can look that up. I can find that in Money's history. But then came the famous T.S. Gray.
Yes.
Who came about 1905.
He was a great character.
Oh, great character. And he stayed here until he left. He married my husband and I, and he left in 1924 to go to Scotland, as I said he was a sporting parson. Loved fishing and shooting. He didn't hunt. I think I said the Reverend Butler was the huntsman. And Mrs. McCubbin was saying that, yes, that was the one, wasn't it, that used to go to church in his riding boots in case during the service he heard a hello.
That
was in the
sounds
week
just like
time.
Betty McCubbin. She's always got good stories.
Yes.
Yes, and then, and of course, Gray was captain of the fire.
No, he
brigade.
was lieutenant.
Oh, he was lieutenant.
He may
was
have got, we may have got to captain after Mr. Cottrell retired. That I can't know.
Mm.
But the picture of him, which we've got in a postcard, is lieutenant, and that was what my father was originally.
Was he?
My
Yes.
father in 1891 with Mr. Cottrell, that's all in there, I think. Mr. Platt, the brewer, Cottrell, the iron, that was the iron foundry, and Mr. Beard, an old Hungerford family, they were the coal
Oh,
merchants,
merchants.
all clubbed together to get the subscriptions for a fire engine. And my father says in his memoirs, I thought we were aiming rather high to get a steam one, but we got all the money. And how proud we were when we put on our uniforms.
Yes,
And
yes. Oh, they did. The fire service has played a great part in Hungerford life. you
Yes,
know,
yes,
because everybody's mentioned it
yes,
that I've talked to.
that's
And
right.
it's obviously very much a part.
And of course they had the centenary.
Yes, the other day.
Yes,
Did you go?
Yes, I did. And
Yes.
the family read out about my presenting the bouquet to Miss Sawbridge. That was the christening of the first motor fire engine in 1910.
Yes.
No, 1911. No, it
Yeah.
wasn't 10, 1910.
Yes, yes. And I think that cost £460.
Yes, yes,
So somebody told me.
yes. And we all went in a ride. When I say all, Colonel and Mrs. Wills. Now, I don't know if you've heard about them. They lived at Hungerford Park. They came to Hungerford Park. That's in Money's history of, I've got it written down in Money, it's either Money's history or some history of Hungerford. Their family came to Hungerford Park in 1784, and they remained there until 1900, one generation after another. And then poor Colonel Wills, the one I knew, somehow or other lost all his money. They had to leave Hungerford Park. They had, like all Victorians, a very large family, with 4 unmarried daughters, I think, and they came down to that, what you call the High House in Charnham Street. Afterwards it was Mary Bellis.
Oh, I know, Antique, yes. Now, were they related to Seton Wills?
No, none of them, no, I don't even think spelt the name. No, they were always very kind of strict about that, because they were a very old family, and they considered the tobacco people very nouveau-riche.
Of course,
yes.
Did you know the Turners of Hungerford?
No, I never met them, but I used to hear a lot about them.
I've heard about them too.
Yes.
It was a pity, wasn't it?
Yes, I couldn't tell you anything about them. My son knew one of them, but he'd be the one to know anything about them.
It's so sad when you get a big estate like that and people who have no interest in
No.
the village
No.
local people.
Because I used to imagine the Willises would be a very interesting family history, to think of them going through 1784 to 1900, living up there. What a lot they must have done, mustn't they?
Yes.
And that, of course, in the Hungerford parish, what is Hungerford Park, of course.
Yes. And now it plays no part in Hungerford life at
No,
all.
and the house anyway was knocked down.
Yes,
It
yes.
wasn't a very nice house, I believe.
But one drives through it and you see these big entrance pillars and you
Yes.
wonder what's behind. And there's
Yes.
nothing much
Yes.
there.
When it was built, it would be interesting. I don't think in my Money's history it gives any more than just the mention of when the Wills family came there. But I shouldn't think it was built very long before. I don't think it was a very old house. Probably built at the beginning of that century.
Yes.
Or it might have been built when the Willses first went there, that I don't know.
Mm.